How B-2 bombers obliterated Iran's secret bunker, while SEALs were still trapped inside Iran Operation Fury. Versão final para produção. An American colonel is hiding in a mountain crevice in Iran. His ankle is broken. 2 Iranian search parties are closing in from below. His government knows exactly where he is, but getting him out requires 155 aircraft, a CIA deception campaign running simultaneously inside Iranian territory, and a bomber strike on Tehran that Iran never saw coming. This is how both operations happened on the same night, and why one made the other possible. April 3, 2026, 4:40 in the morning, local time. An American F-15E Strike Eagle, call sign Dude 44, is executing a deep strike mission over southwestern Iran as part of Operation Epic Fury. An Iranian surface-to-air team fires a shoulder-launched missile. The jet takes the hit. Both crew members eject into hostile territory. The pilot, Dude 44 Alpha, lands in Khuzestan province. He is rescued within 7 hours. But the weapons systems officer, Dude 44 Bravo, a United States Air Force colonel whom President Trump would later describe as a highly respected officer, lands miles away in a completely different province. He ejects into the foothills of the Zagros Mountains, one of the most rugged and remote terrain environments in the Middle East. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps immediately launches a manhunt. A $60,000 bounty for anyone who brings him in. IRGC units mobilize. Armed Bakhtiari tribesmen, who have hunted these mountains for generations, begin moving toward his estimated position. Iranian state media declares the rescue operation a failure before it has even begun. But inside the specific window between the pilot's rescue and the colonel's rescue, a gap of roughly 36 hours, something else is happening simultaneously. Something that requires the most expensive, most capable, and most irreplaceable aircraft in the American arsenal. Admiral Brad Cooper, commander of United States Central Command, receives a piece of time-sensitive intelligence that changes the entire operational picture. A large number of senior IRGC commanders have gathered inside an underground command bunker near Tehran. All of them. In the same room. At the same time. This is what military planners call a high-value fleeting target. An opportunity that exists for hours, sometimes minutes, before it disappears forever. Cooper makes a decision and orders the one aircraft on Earth capable of acting on that intelligence before that window closes. The decision Cooper makes is not simple. He is already managing a combat rescue operation deep inside hostile Iranian territory. Special operations teams moving toward a mountain in Isfahan province. CIA assets running a deception campaign inside the country. B-1B Lancers providing air cover over the rescue site. And now, simultaneously, he is ordering a separate strategic strike on the Iranian capital. The aircraft he selects for the Tehran strike is already airborne, already crossing the Atlantic. B-2 Spirit stealth bombers out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Knob Noster, Missouri, the only base in the world from which B-2s regularly operate. They have been flying for hours. Their original mission profile is committed. Cooper issues the order to adjust course, lock the target, and prepare for weapons employment against the underground IRGC compound near Tehran. The window is narrow. The colonel is still on the mountain. Iranian forces are converging on the rescue site. And somewhere over international waters, 2 aircraft that Iran cannot see, cannot track, and cannot stop are turning toward the Iranian capital. If you want to understand how America's most complex real-world operations actually work, subscribe to Operation Fury. New analysis deployed every week. For the colonel in the Zagros Mountains, the first 12 hours are about one thing: surviving long enough to be found. He lands hard. Ankle injured on impact. He cannot run. But he moves, uphill. He climbs a 7,000-foot ridgeline in the dark, injured, while IRGC units and armed Bakhtiari tribesmen who know these mountains intimately begin moving toward his position from below. He makes a precise tactical decision that saves his life. He restricts the use of his emergency beacon. Every transmission risks being intercepted by Iranian direction-finding equipment, so he activates it only in brief, controlled pulses, just long enough for friendly forces to get a bearing, then goes dark again. He hides in a crevice in the rock face, invisible from the ground, barely detectable from the air. Back at CENTCOM, the CIA activates a parallel operation. Intelligence officers begin seeding Iranian channels with deliberate disinformation. Specifically, that American forces have already located and recovered the downed airman and are moving him toward a maritime extraction on the coast. The operation is designed to redirect Iranian search assets away from the mountains, toward the sea. It works. Iranian resources begin flowing toward the coast. The CIA then deploys what one senior official later described to reporters as a special piece of technology unique to the agency, a classified capability used to locate the colonel's exact position and confirm his identity before committing the extraction force. This confirmation step is not procedural. It is critical. The CIA needs to verify that the colonel's position is not an Iranian trap designed to lure American forces into a prepared ambush. The colonel transmits one short radio message. 3 words: "God is good." That is enough. CENTCOM has a confirmed location and a confirmed identity. The extraction launches. The ground force that inserts into Iran that night includes Naval Special Warfare Development Group operators, SEAL Team 6, alongside Air Force Special Tactics teams, the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, the Night Stalkers, fly the aviation element. 3 MH-6 Little Bird helicopters are transported inside MC-130J Commando 2 aircraft into Iranian airspace, landed at what Special Operations Forces call a FARP, a forward arming and refueling point, essentially a temporary base assembled from nothing in hostile territory, established on a farm 14 miles north of Shareza City, in southern Isfahan province. Those helicopters arrive disassembled inside the cargo aircraft, then physically reassembled on the ground by operators after landing, in under 10 minutes. That farm in Isfahan province is now a functioning American Special Operations base inside Iran. But Iranian convoys are already moving. IRGC units closing on the perimeter from multiple directions. What stops them is not infantry. It is B-1B Lancers operating overwatch above the site, systematically targeting the road network leading toward the extraction zone. Not enemy vehicles, the roads themselves. 102,000-pound bombs dropped by the B-1s, not the B-2s, which are committed to a completely separate mission over Tehran, creating craters large enough to physically prevent any Iranian convoy from advancing. Satellite imagery released afterward shows the pattern clearly. A deliberate wall of destroyed infrastructure built around the rescue site, road by road. 2 MC-130s get stuck in the soft ground at the improvised airstrip. The contingency plan executes immediately. 3 replacement aircraft fly in, and the immobilized planes are deliberately destroyed by American forces on the ground, denying Iran any intelligence from the aircraft or their systems. This is the operational environment at the exact moment Admiral Cooper's B-2s cross into Iranian airspace. At this exact moment, while Night Stalkers assemble helicopters on a farm in Isfahan, while B-1s crater the roads around the rescue perimeter, while the colonel transmits 3 words from a mountain crevice. 2 aircraft are crossing the Iranian border, undetected, unannounced, carrying something the IRGC bunker was never designed to survive. Here is what makes the B-2 Spirit the only aircraft on Earth capable of executing this mission, and why Cooper chose it over every other bomber in the American arsenal. It has no tail, no fuselage, no vertical stabilizers. It is a single continuous wing, 172 feet wide, 69 feet long, built around a principle of physics, not aesthetics. Radar works by sending out energy waves and waiting for them to bounce back to the receiver. Every angle, every protrusion, every corner on a conventional aircraft creates a reflection. The B-2 has no corners. Its surfaces are engineered to scatter radar energy sideways, away from any receiver. The resulting radar cross-section is approximately 0.1 square meters. On Iranian radar screens, a B-2 Spirit reads exactly like a small bird. As the aircraft approach defended airspace, the pilots execute the classified maneuver the Air Force calls stealthing up, activating a defensive management system embedded along the wing edges that detects hostile radar emissions from hundreds of miles away and allows the crew to navigate in real time through the gaps in radar coverage. Iranian air defense systems, already severely degraded by weeks of Operation Epic Fury strikes, generate no actionable return. But stealth alone does not explain why Cooper chose the B-2. Any aircraft can fly undetected over degraded air defenses. Only the B-2 can carry what this particular target requires, a weapon too heavy, too large, and too destructive for any other operational aircraft on Earth to deliver. The target is an underground compound reportedly located in the northern districts of Tehran, built deep beneath reinforced concrete and rock, specifically engineered to survive aerial attack. The IRGC commanders inside it believed they were safe. The entire architecture of the facility was designed around that belief. The weapon that disproves it is the GBU-57 B Massive Ordnance Penetrator. It weighs 30,000 pounds. It is 20 feet long, 31 inches in diameter, built from high-density Eglin steel alloy engineered specifically to survive the stresses of deep penetration without deforming before it reaches its target. When released from altitude, the GBU-57 does not explode on impact. The casing drives straight through the surface, through earth, through rock, through reinforced concrete, using kinetic energy alone to do the work that conventional explosives cannot. It can penetrate 200 feet of packed earth or 60 feet of reinforced concrete, rated at standard military bunker specifications, before its fuse activates. That fuse is where the engineering becomes exact. It is a void sensing system, a device that detects when the bomb has transitioned from solid material into an open cavity. When it senses the empty space of a buried room, it triggers detonation at that precise depth, not above the bunker, not below it, inside it, where 5,342 pounds of high explosive detonate in a confined space from which there is no structural exit. The IRGC built its underground command infrastructure on one assumption: that depth equals safety. The GBU-57 was designed specifically to disprove that assumption. The bombs release. GPS guidance holds trajectory through the descent. They impact the compound near Tehran. U.S. defense officials confirmed what the B-2 crews already knew. The IRGC headquarters was obliterated. Several senior Revolutionary Guard commanders were killed. 200 miles away, at that same moment, while the bunker collapses beneath Tehran, the colonel is being loaded onto a Little Bird helicopter at the farm in Isfahan province. The Night Stalkers lift off. The extraction force withdraws. American aircraft clear Iranian airspace. Across a single country, in a single night, 339 munitions expended. 155 aircraft coordinated in real time over hostile airspace. 100 bombs dropped by B-1s to crater roads around a rescue site. 2 MC-130s deliberately destroyed to deny Iran their intelligence. One IRGC command bunker reduced to rubble, and one American colonel lifted off a mountain crevice by Night Stalker helicopters assembled in under 10 minutes on a farm inside Iran. This is the doctrine Cooper executed. Military planners call it imposing simultaneous dilemmas, forcing an adversary to respond to multiple catastrophic threats at exactly the same time, degrading their ability to effectively counter any single one. Every IRGC general thinking about the colonel in the mountains is a general who is not thinking about Tehran. Every resource Iran commits to capturing one American officer is a resource Iran cannot redirect to protecting its own command infrastructure. Two fronts, one chain of command, one night. Which part of this operation do you think was most critical? The CIA deception, the SEAL extraction, or the B-2 strike? Drop your answer in the comments. Early morning, April 5th, 2026. Trump posts on Truth Social. We got him. The colonel is out. Both crew members of Dude 44 are alive. The B-2s are already on their return flight to Whiteman Air Force Base. 36 hours of non-stop flight, ending where it began, in the American heartland. There are only 20 operational B-2 Spirits in the United States Air Force. That night, at least 2 of them flew 12,000 miles to deliver a message no bunker wall could absorb. Underground facilities have been the cornerstone of Iranian military doctrine for decades. Bunkers built deeper, concrete poured thicker. The operating assumption held for years across the entire Iranian defense establishment. Go far enough underground, and you are beyond the reach of American air power. April 5th, 2026 is the operational proof that assumption is wrong. General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, described the night's events as the execution of multiple simultaneous contingencies, something no other military on Earth currently possesses the capability to coordinate. One rescue, one strike, both executed simultaneously, 200 miles apart, by the same chain of command, on the same night. The B-2's radar signature is the size of a bird. The GBU-57 penetrates 200 feet of reinforced concrete. SEAL Team 6 assembled helicopters in under 10 minutes on a farm inside Iran, and the CIA ran a disinformation campaign across an entire country to buy the time needed to make all of it work. But Iran still holds one weapon that no bomber can reach: its own mines, now lost somewhere beneath the Strait of Hormuz, blocking 20% of the world's oil supply. Invisible, uncharted, impossible to remove, even for Iran itself. That story is next on Operation Fury. Subscribe and hit the bell. You do not want to miss how a weapon Iran built to close the world's most critical waterway became a weapon Iran can no longer control.